Judith Cartwright, Black Coral Consulting. We're an asset management company with a commercial lens, and we focus mainly on integrated destination resorts, ultra luxury, how we can help them to achieve more profits.
Well, thank you for joining Breaking Travel News here at Future Hospitality Summit 2024 in Riyadh. You've just stepped off a panel. Give us some highlights.
The panel that we were discussing was the emergence of third-party operators in the kingdom versus management companies around the globe. And that was with Tapan Piplali from the Valor Hospitality. Globally, 70% of all agreements are actually franchise agreements, where you have a third party operating the hotel asset. In the kingdom and also throughout Asia, it's mainly management companies. So we were just discussing the pros and the cons, the opportunities, and what would you do as an investor? How do you choose for yourself to go with a management company or with a third party that manages the hotel asset for you?
And what were the conclusions?
So far, no conclusion. It depends on really, who you are and what you want to achieve. If you want to manage the asset yourself, then you bring in a third-party operator. If you want to give it into the hands of the management companies, then you really give it into the management companies, which is still the model throughout Asia and also the Middle East that is very dominant. There's a lot of trust, working with the brands having the expertise, but likewise also third-party operators have the expertise. So it really depends which model works for you in terms of the fees, how you want your team to be engaged, if you want to have an asset manager that sits between yourself and the management companies, or if you give everything into the hands for a third-party operator.
So back to your sort of point around profit, there's no real difference in kind of profit from choosing one or the other?
If the collaboration and the partnerships are strong, then there is no real difference. It really depends on how each party then also optimizes the asset from a commercial strategy perspective, from a distribution infrastructure, from a technology perspective, and how robust the teams are to really make that difference for your property to stand out against the competition.
So here we are in Saudi, 2024 Future Hospitality Summit. No one can sort of really kind of forget the buzz that we see around us right now. You are an incredibly experienced professional who's operated in the region for many years, a huge amount of expertise. Give me some perspectives on kind of where you feel we are.
This year is amazing. I mean, every year, it goes to new heights. I believe there were 1,200 people attending the summit. A lot more women now attending the summit. I see a huge change when it comes to that. A lot more female speakers, also in panels, keynotes, etc., which is strong. A lot of decision makers, brands, and it's really happening now here in Riyadh. And I'm looking forward to the Future Hospitality Summit in Dubai to see what's happening there and how that's taken to the next level.
And how and what is fueling the Saudi growth, the Saudi buzz?
It's really Vision 2030 and the kingdom opening up to the international market for tourism, a lot of brands entering Saudi Arabia, a lot of investment happening here, new destinations being built, from the giga projects, but then also to boutique investors that are now converting palaces into ultra luxury hotels, whole new destinations. And it's really interesting to see how the kingdom is changing every time that you come and visit. International restaurant brands entering the market. From a retail perspective, from a wellness perspective, there's just so much opportunity where now the rest of the world is starting to realize that it's happening here.
Thank you, Judith, for your insights today.
Thanks a lot, Justin, for having me.